When the truth teller finally walks away from the family, nobody celebrates. Nobody says, "Finally, she's free." You know what they say? "See? We told you she was the problem." And the family closes ranks like nothing happened. But here's what nobody talks about. What starts to break down in that family is 6 months, 12 months, 2 years after the truth teller is gone. And it is textbook. Welcome back to Elisha Space. I'm Elisha, counselor, author, and someone who has walked this road personally and professionally. This is part 2 of our Truth Teller series, and if you haven't seen the first one, Why Pointing Out the Problem Made You the Problem, I'll link it above. But you don't need to watch that one first. This one stands on its own. And before we get into this, I want you to do something for me. I want you to take one breath, just one, in through your nose, hold for 4, and let it go slowly. Because some of what I'm about to say is going to land in your body before it lands in your mind. Here's the thing that happens when the truth teller leaves the family. They don't grieve you. They grieve your role. See, in a dysfunctional family system, especially one built around narcissism or emotional control, every person has a function. The golden child performs. The enabler smooths things over. And you were the container. You held the family's dysfunction. You named it. And because you named it, they could say, "That's the problem, not us, her." So when you leave, they don't lose a daughter. They don't lose a sister. They lose the person they were pointing at. And now they have to find a new one. And they will. That's the part nobody warns you about. Clinically, this is called role redistribution. The system needs a scapegoat to function. It's not personal, it's structural. So when you exit, the pressure that used to land on you, it doesn't disappear, it moves. Usually to the next most vulnerable person, the quiet sibling, the people pleaser, sometimes even a grandchild. And if you're watching this thinking, "That happened in my family," drop a comment. I want to know, who did they choose next? Because I promise you, someone reading your comment right now needs to hear that they're not the only one. Here's stage 2, the rewrite. Once the truth teller is gone, the family doesn't sit in silence. They get busy. And what they build is a narrative. A story about why you left that protects the system. She was always ungrateful. She tore this family apart. We tried everything. She's in a dark place right now. Pray for her. That last one, pray for her, that's the one that gets me, because it disguises control as compassion. It's not a prayer request. It's a reputation management strategy, and it's a form of spiritual gaslighting. Now, if you grew up in a faith community, and a lot of you watching this did, you know how devastating this is, because the church becomes an extension of the family system. And suddenly the elders, the pastor's wife, the small group, they're all looking at you sideways, not because they talked to you, but because they talked about you. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 17 says, "The first to state his case seems right, until another comes and cross-examines him. But in toxic family systems, they make sure the other side never gets to speak. And I need to say something directly to anyone watching this who is a pastor, a counselor, or a small group leader. If a family comes to you talking about the difficult one who left, ask yourself why the difficult one isn't in the room. That question alone will tell you everything you need to know. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Because for a while, weeks, maybe months, the family does seem fine without you. Better even. They'll post the family photos. They'll have the holiday dinner. And you'll see it and think, maybe I really was the problem. No. What you're seeing is a performance. And performances always have an expiration date. What actually starts happening, and I've seen this in my practice over and over, is the cracks begin to surface. Without the truth teller absorbing all the blame, the dysfunction has nowhere to hide. Dad's anger doesn't have a target anymore, so it starts leaking into the marriage. Mom's anxiety doesn't have a scapegoat to manage, so she starts smothering the golden child. Siblings who never had to deal with the tension directly, now they're in the crossfire for the first time, and they are not equipped. Notice where you feel that in your body right now. Is there tightness in your chest? Something in your stomach? That's your nervous system recognizing the truth of what I'm saying. That's not anxiety, that's knowing. And I want to say, if this content is helping you put words to what you've been through, you're not alone in this space. Hit subscribe so we can keep building this conversation together. Because this series, it's not done. We're just getting started. So let me speak to the truth teller directly now. The one who left. The one who's watching from a quiet apartment, maybe in a different city, maybe still wondering if she did the right thing. You did not abandon your family. You refused to be the sacrifice that kept a broken altar standing. Healing after leaving a toxic family system is not linear. Some days you'll feel relief so deep you can breathe for the first time. Other days, the grief will surprise you. Not grief for what you lost, but grief for what you never had. For the mother who should have protected you. For the father who should have listened. For the sister who chose the system over you. And both of those things, the relief and the grief, can exist in the same breath. That's not confusions. That's complexity. And you are allowed to be complex. Romans 12:18 says, if it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. And I want you to hear the first 4 words, if it is possible. Scripture doesn't demand peace at the cost of your destruction. It acknowledges that sometimes it is not possible. And that acknowledgement is grace. So here's your challenge. I want you to write down this sentence and fill in the blank. The truth I told them they couldn't handle was, and fill in the blank. You don't have to share it. You don't have to post it, but write it down. Because naming the truth is how you take it back from the people who tried to bury it. Let's close with a breath together. In for 4, hold for 4, and out for 6. One more time. In, hold, and release. You are not too much. You were just in a room that was too small for the truth. I'm Elisha, and this is your space. I'll see you in the next one.